Alright, bada bing, bada boom. Hello and welcome to the first podcast of Unnamed Manor, because we don't have a name for it yet. Maybe one day we will, but it's not today. And of course, I am here, the one and only Tactical Pumpkin legend, with my friend Paul, also known as Quivering Quoll.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me. That's definitely me.
And of course, we're going to be playing small map mosh pit on Call of Duty because we need to grind guns because we've been slacking on the Call of Duty. And I'm going to turn on and double XP token as well because we're going to be here for an hour.
Don't.
Oh wait, it's double XP event. I can't anyway. So we're locked in.
We're locked in.
We're already locked in.
We're grinding. We're just bring back the good old days.
And we're going to be looking at some news that we've located throughout the week because there's been a lot of shit happening this week.
Bring me back to the Cold War days where I just used to play that non-stop.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't play Nuketown on this game. Or Shipment at the moment.
So, a pretty big week in terms of gaming news.
Yeah, it always has been recently. It's just a lot of blunders though, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, but like the main one we all been talking about lately, the main one that we've been, quote unquote, the cycle has begun for me.
The cycle has begun? Which cycle?
The cycle, the COD cycle where I was like, I won't buy the next COD.
Oh, right. Black Ops 6.
And then the Black Ops 6 trailer came in, and I'm like, it's a Treyarch game. I'm a fan of zombies. Hopefully they won't fuck it up.
Alright, so here we are. I have Black Ops 6. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Just to make this easier for both of us. I hope it doesn't cause a bunch of lag or something. But I am going to share this screen with you so that you can see what I'm seeing. Let me know if you can see. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see fine.
Can you hear? Or
yeah, I can hear.
Oh, okay, that's huge. That means you can, if there's a trailer or some shit, I can just play it. But this one is the most recent thing that came out for Black Ops 6, which
we're recording.
I guess we can start off with that.
Is, your whole life.
It looks so good for people that are fucking dead.
You wanted peace.
Well, yeah, they got some good body doubles, I guess.
We hit the war, and now it rages on in the shadows.
Behind closed doors, where we hide.
They don't normally do live action, do they?
The world
they done live action in the past.
They weren't so distracted.
They did it for. It wasn't really live action per se. I'll say like Cold War's trailer was. What was Cold War's marketing?
It was similar to this. It was the porn vs porn thing, and then there was like a trailer that came out. Actually, they did have live action for Cold War because they had this like Russian KGB ex-guy that was on the Warzone thing. You know, there was like the Warzone event where Verdansk got bombed or whatever.
Yeah,
you had to run.
It's like the truth. I never got to experience that because I don't remember why. I think I was just sleeping.
Probably doing something more important than playing fucking Call of Duty, but you know. It is what it is. Anyway, this trailer is pretty cool. I think it's cool to see that they're gonna have Saddam Hussein, the man, the myth, the legend, in there. All the controversy that might cause, but
you can't fucking say the man, the myth, the
yes,
legend.
you can. The man, the myth, the legend. He's not really a legend, but he was a man, and some might say he was a myth. But
he was a man of many things. I still. Wait, never mind. I did some research just to confirm what he has done.
Oh yeah, he did some pretty fucked up shit.
And fucking, I'm still confused on where this game is gonna take place. Is it taking like everyone was speculating the game was gonna be taking place during the Gulf War, and then we're getting all these rumors taking place in a certain country in a certain year.
Yeah, well, originally it was going to be called Cold War, right? But then, I guess, yeah, a Gulf War, that's right. And then they realized, I'm assuming they realized they had more time to make it than they thought they had. And maybe then they decided, alright, instead of calling this Gulf War and making it like a side game, let's call it Black Ops 6 and make it a full title.
So would you like, because everyone was calling Cold War, like when I was playing, or like the story wise, everyone was calling Black Ops 1.5 in terms of like where it sits in terms of the story and.
Well, it was in terms of the story, it was 1.5. And this, then that makes this like what, 1.8 or something? Gulf War? Because it's after Cold War, but it's before
And
Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
So I guess it puts it around there somewhere. But it's probably going to be 2 different time periods, like Black Ops 1 was.
2.
And 2, I think, yeah.
Black Ops 2 has playing between both Masons.
Yeah, the earlier one and the future one.
Future
And
one.
this is going to be, I guess, probably like 1990s one period, and then early 2000s another period. Which is where the whole, 9/11 situation comes from. People saying, oh, there might be a 9/11 mission, there might be a 9/11 mission.
I wonder
Maybe.
if they would have the balls to do a 9/11 mission fucking current year. It has to be played a certain way. Because as you will remember, when Modern Warfare 2019 came out, there was a lot of controversy with the game, like, almost being banned in Russia because of the... What's the strip? Well, not strip. Like, the place where, like, the snipers... That sniper mission you do?
In which game? 2019. Oh, yeah, the Highway of Death.
Yeah, the Highway of Death.
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
like controversy regarding it.
Because they were like making it look like one
Russian.
thing, like it was all Russian or something. But in reality, I don't know what the truth is behind it. But it was somebody was unhappy about it. Is all I know.
Yeah, I know they were like mostly unhappy that how Russians were portrayed.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole game, saying like they're just evil.
They're like the dark side or whatever.
And like they do war crimes, like these people were starving but they fucking hang for not working.
That is kind of the Call of Duty way though, it always has been that the Russians are the bad guys, or and the Americans are always the good guys.
I mean,
it's not like they haven't had good Russian characters though, like what's his name in Modern Warfare? Nikolai, you have Reznov. Nikolai from Modern Warfare, who's like the informant or whatever in all the games.
Weaver. I mean, Weaver, he was in Black Ops 1 and then he had his own plot in Cold War, but that's like in Zombies, and we can talk about that another time because I am not ready.
Well, yeah, Zombies is a whole nother thing. That's the
whole...
There was like the thing about transit.
Oh,
the zombies. Yeah, Ruffle Waffles.
Mr. Ruffle Waffles just not. What was it? It wasn't even like the trailers and then all the leak stuff, and he's just like, boys, bust route B,
and somebody's blasting music in the game chat. Let's go ahead and mute that real quick. Thank you very much.
And fucking just.
I actually saw some of this stream when he was doing it live, and it was basically when that trailer that we just watched came out. Ruffle Waffles watched it, and he started going in, analyzing frame by frame. Yeah, he realized there was a bunch of like hidden stuff in the art and the cover art for the game, and he ended up coming to the conclusion that this place in West Virginia had a lot of references to transit, basically.
What I thought was back in the day when the developers were creating Transit Green Run, they were inspired by this place, and that's how it's like all connected.
Yeah.
And like, if we are getting a Transit, would you rather a remake or Bus Route B? Because I
want a remake, I think.
A remake?
Like, I don't want the same thing, just reskinned. I think that it would be cool to have like a train instead of a bus, because the area that he was describing is all railway all the way around, and that would work, possibly. Although, if it was just a reskin, I wouldn't be too, like, disappointed. I'd still be happy to get Transit again.
As you would know, Jason Blundell and Jimmy Zielinski worked on... They were, like, the directors of Zombies at the time, but Jimmy was the director until Mob of the Dead for Zombies. And the main problems they had with Transit, they said like Transit bombed because of the Xbox and PlayStation just did not have the performance to do what they wanted.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like that's why they had
That's
to.
why I had the
They
fog,
had
right?
the fog. They had to have the fog to stop like performance breaking. Then they had the denizens to stop running too fast to like cause pop-in.
Yeah.
So like, just imagine. Like, I don't know if you're really up to date with like zombies community and like Black Ops 3 zombies modding. Like, there's a person that's remastering and like remaking Transit on Black Ops 3, and it looks so fucking good.
I've seen clips of actually when Mr. Waffles, when I was watching his stream when he was analyzing it, he pulled up a gameplay clip of somebody in Transit, but they had all the fog turned off so they could like see everything. I don't know if it was in Black Ops 3. I'm guessing it was in Black Ops 3.
It might have been Black Ops 2. You can do it through Plutonium if that's still alive.
Ah, okay. Yeah, because he was using that to see like the bridge. He wanted to compare the bridge to the one that he found in that town, in that real town.
And fucking...
Shit.
I know, like, it's the bare minimum. Everyone's saying it's the bare minimum. I just hope that it's a round base and it's...
I'm pretty sure it will be round based. I've heard a lot of leaks and stuff about it being round based.
And what about having...
But I have heard about an Outbreak as well, an Outbreak map. And I just hope to God the Transit isn't an Outbreak map. Because they could do that too.
They could do that. It could be like two things. You know how...
I guess Transit itself kind of was like that, right? Because Transit was like four maps put into one, wasn't it?
It was like, you had the starter area, the bus depot, and then you have the diner, and then you have the power station.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you have the farm, and then the town. And then you have like the side areas that, unless you're like really comfortable with the game, you can go to Noct, their own Totem, and then like the church in the...
So then what if maybe the Outbreak map is just all of Transit, and then the round-based maps are like the individual locations in Transit?
It might be. It might be like... I never played World War II Zombies, but there was like this one DLC where it was like a beta test of the idea of Outbreak, where you go to... You start the match, right?
Yeah.
And then you're forced to do these objectives in a certain amount of time or certain amount of rounds, or you die. And then once you complete it, you move on to the next mission, or like area. And then after you complete all the objectives in the maps, people are saying it was very hard. You have full access to all the maps in just like a normal zombies map.
Yeah.
So they could do something like that, as in, it could be objective mode or just round base.
I feel like everyone would want it to be round based, probably though.
Yeah,
most likely.
I mean, according to like Activision during Cold War, 50% of players were playing fucking Outbreak more than more. It was 50-50 between round base and Outbreak.
Do you think the people that were playing Outbreak were actually like zombie veterans though, or they were just the new people coming into zombies?
New people. Like, I reckon like people that like were Modern Warfare players more than Treyarch, like Black Ops. They will be more interested in Outbreak, because with Outbreak, when I think zombies, I am your like diehard, like setting up, trying to get set up, turn on the power, or like get the staffs, get the bows in like less than 10 rounds.
Yeah.
But with Outbreak, you can play for as long as you want and still get rewarded. Like, you can do one objective and then just exfil and be like, get bonus XP and stuff, and just do it again. As well as like, you have something to do in Outbreak. Like, you can like explore, you can do fucking the dragon, fill it up, fucking so forth, drive, try and do some side Easter eggs and like get your perks. Well, in round base, it's like you're always having to, well, not always having to, people treat like round bases like when you want to do something, you have to do it at the end of the round with a crawler, or it's like you're fucked.
Yeah, because round base is like you're always under pressure with round base. As long as you pass round like 10 or something, it's always if you stop for too long, you're just dead. In Outbreak,
Yeah.
you can kind of breathe a little bit and have more time to think and do stuff.
You're not always getting attacked by zombies in Outbreak.
But I feel like that also is like a core part of zombies. Has always been how like how pressuring it is and how you could die at any moment. You have to restart. So Outbreak kind of takes away part of that, but I guess it still has its place. It's just nobody wants a Call of Duty game that only has Outbreak and doesn't have round based.
Yeah, like it needs to have fucking round.
So I feel like Transit is the perfect opportunity to have a Transit Outbreak and then have round based locations in it. You know, I just feel like that would work fairly well.
Yeah, that would be like good. You have the best of both worlds. Because how hard is it to make a zombies map and then program all the like ejector nodes in Outbreak, you know? I'm no programmer, but just creating a map, having zombie pathing all working with law and the zombie logic, and then you can just add all this shit for Outbreak.
They've already got the objective stuff from Cold War anyway. I'm sure that they could probably just redo the objectives and reskin them. That's probably the most effort they'd be willing to put in anyway.
Yeah.
And,
Is Black Ops 6 going to be on like the Modern Warfare engine, or is it going to be like the old classic engines?
I'm assuming it'll be on the same one Cold War was on, which was separate from the IW engine, I think. The Infinity Ward engine.
Just fucking slide cancelling on zombies.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm sure dolphin diving will probably be in though. It wasn't in Cold War, was it? Dolphin diving?
No,
it was only
just
sliding, which was kind of disappointing, seeing as Black Ops 1 was the first game that actually had it.
What was I wanting to say? I wonder how they're gonna do. We're on a tangent now with zombies.
I'll wrap it up here soon. Just get to the last point out, and then we'll see.
How they're gonna handle mechanics in zombies? Is it gonna be like more Cold War or Black Ops 3 or even Black Ops 4? Like in Black Ops 4.
Well, we know there's gonna be gobblegums again, so that kind of gives a hint too that it might be more like for Black Ops 3 or 4.
Black Ops 3.
Yeah. I don't think though that they're gonna abandon what they had in Cold War with armor plating and shit.
Yeah.
I think they're probably gonna keep that, even though I didn't really like that. But
I'd rather have a shield, but like that's just because I'm old and
I'd rather just have Jug. You know, like I'll take the armor out and just make Jug better. That's what I think. Instead of having Jug and armor and whatever other stuff. Just piling things on top of things. If you just buff Jug and delete the armor, maybe that will work better. I don't know.
Yeah. The problem with Cold War is your experience to Cold War than my experience. Like, imagine we're in the same game. I'm already more powerful than you are because I've upgraded permanently all those shit. They need to make it so, like, this is the only nice thing I'm going to say about Vanguard Zombies. You have to upgrade yourself per match each time in Vanguard. Like, you don't have, like, your
You don't start with something, yeah.
You don't have your Jug maxed out or your knife maxed out. So, like, you heal on attack or whatever. You have to do it in-game, and it's like... You probably... If you're a good zombies player, you'll probably max at, like, round 20 in terms of, like, feeling set up.
Yeah. I think I only played like a collective 8 hours of Vanguard Zombies or something, so I don't really know much about it.
I fucking did the Sheena Noodle Easter egg my first time playing. I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Forgot that map was even in the game, but yeah, it was.
Like, it was. And,
wasn't it like on launch, Sheena Numa, or was it like added later?
Oh, it was... Part of it was on launch, and then the actual round base.
Oh yeah, they didn't actually have round base.
Round base came in like 6 months later or something.
That's
and it was like too late. I remember like saying to Costas, "Oh, they said like round base will be coming in a month of like release." I was copium the whole time.
It's hard to imagine that while that was a thing, Treyarch was probably also working on Black Ops 6 zombies, right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember like. I watch Mr. T Lexify a lot whenever zombies shit comes out. when Vanguard came out, there was already discussion of 2024 COD zombies. And it was like the most funniest thing, like, oh yeah, Trey will be 2024 fucking round based and shit.
Yeah.
Even though it was, well, when did Vanguard come out? Fucking
2021 or something. Well, I think Cold War was 2020, so Vanguard
yeah,
would have been 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021. And it's like 3 years already talking about zombies.
Yeah, and then they tried putting it in Modern Warfare 3, which...
It was just DMZ with zombies. Don't
that
call
was,
it zombies.
That was something.
I don't even know what the story's about in fucking MW Zombies. The last thing I remember in terms of the Dark Aether storyline is fucking Samantha Maxis ran back in and she's like stuck in there for like the past so-and-so years.
You already know they're probably going to reference Modern Warfare 3 zombies in Black Ops 6, so you're going to have to like catch up on the lore or something.
I am not catching up on the lore. All I care about is Richtofen and fucking Maxis and Weaver. And maybe, you know, original cast. That would be nice.
Original cast, yeah, that'd be cool.
Dedicate to zombies. They want to monetize it, just give us skins for those characters and only for zombies. And if you really have to, they can be multiplayer.
Yeah, they can be multiplayer. People won't complain about that.
But
You can
multiplayer
already play as
operators,
Nicki
not
Minaj
in
and Snoop Dogg and, you know, whoever else. It's not going to make a big difference.
Warhammer.
Yeah, the Warhammer people.
You think they're gonna have what they did with this game, MW2 and free weapons in it? I hope not.
No, I don't think they'd do that. It wouldn't make any sense in the Cold War. In Warzone, it probably will be. I think Warzone's probably not going to change much. It'll probably still be the Modern Warfare 3 Warzone that we know right now, but it'll just be added the Cold War guns in it. Oh, not Cold War, the Black Ops 6 guns.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's maneuver off of this Call of Duty topic and step into what else we have. Let's see. Go down the list. I guess we can touch on the Rainbow Six Siege membership, which is another unfortunate misstep by Ubisoft on top of everything they've already been doing.
I mean, it's kind of expected from them.
It is expected, but it's just that, like, I kind of thought Rainbow Six was safe. It's so old now, it's been out for so long, and it's kind of been like a sleeper game where Ubisoft has been leaving it to just do its thing, and and people have been coming back to it. It's been getting a lot of popularity recently, and I was thinking, well, it's such an old game, surely they'll just like let it live, and they'll just let it breathe. And then here they are trying to add, well, they are going to add a membership to the game that gives you pretty much nothing, really. It gives you like a beta pack, it gives you, I don't know, some tier skips on the battle pass, and it just seems like it's not worth it. It's like $10 a month or something.
Do you think Ubisoft would have made this subscription if Jinxie did not revive the community?
Probably not. Jinxie is definitely a big part of why Rainbow Six Siege is so popular now.
I mean, that's the main reason why we started playing.
Yeah, that's the main reason we jumped into it, because Jinxie's funny, and we just, you know, we wanted to start playing Rainbow Six Siege. So I feel like if he hadn't blown up like he did, then they probably wouldn't have, the game wouldn't have been popular enough for them to be like, oh hey, let's throw a membership into it, and people are gonna buy it.
Membership that no one's gonna buy.
Yeah, nobody would have cared if Rainbow Six Siege stayed on its path, but because it blew up again, I reckon they already know they're gonna make so much money out of it. They just had to do it.
The thing I'm worried about is like, oh, they have a battle pass, like thinking from Activision, they have a battle pass. Why don't we just add a subscription? Because we already have the black cell thing for the battle pass. Let's just add a subscription, you know?
Yeah, you get the subscription, you get the battle pass, you get, you know,
the premium battle pass.
Yeah.
Just keep on doing that. And as you would know, the community was not happy with this subscription.
Nah, that video's been going around of booing.
The membership. Booing.
The booing, the crowd booing. Where is it? Here it is. No. The clip.
Was there an actual? Wait, did they announce this at like a?
It was a live event.
A live event? No way. That's like on par with you guys don't have phones.
Actually, I know it's in this clip. I've already seen this. I'm gonna utilize. Aha, I think it's here.
Which is where Rainbow's.
Yeah, Asmund Gold watched it. I saw
Oh man, I love it.
this. They were describing all the shit you
Wow.
get, and the
everyone's
crowd was
just
like,
booing.
"No battle pass, no membership, whatever." They started.
That is so
The crowd
funny.
got quite rowdy.
I'll get
booing
secondhand embarrassment if I was up there.
This
I
implementation.
don't know if there was actually a guy presenting. I think it was
Why
just
did
a
you even
video.
announce this at a live event? This is crazy.
It's not
They're
even
witnessing
content.
everything that
like,
they'll have to pay extra for
actual multiplayer content at all. It's
monthly
just
on a monthly
Well,
basis.
naturally.
more skins. Is it even good skins?
Everything that they'll be
I think it's
missing
just like
out on
a
through
character
FOMO.
bundle or something.
That guy.
Oh hell yeah! I love a character
Ooh.
bundle. Fucking
Yeah, they start booing.
Yeah, more boost.
Bro, that is
The reaction was,
They probably went home and bought it.
that
So-
is like a big L on the part of Ubisoft, but I'm sure that they were expecting that, right? Like they couldn't have possibly been going into this announcement. Like people are gonna love this, man. People are gonna eat it up.
I can just imagine like the upper management in a fucking boardroom meeting. They're like discussing this for a good hour. Like, boys, guys
Boys.
and girls, this is everyone's gonna love this. More content for Siege. It's like Siege is at the highest it's ever been since like 5 years ago.
It's not
They're
even
gonna
more
love it.
content though. That's the thing. All it's doing is locking content that was already there behind another paywall. So it's like, okay, you're taking
Bro.
stuff away from us.
We're a quadruple A fucking game company. We can do this.
Yeah, quadruple A games all the way. And then on top of that, you got, what did they just do like last week? The whole Assassin's Creed thing. You know, like paying for skill points on a skill tree in a single player game.
Single player game.
Isn't that just ridiculous? Fucking
What?
so stupid.
When they do that, do the developers have to keep in mind that two people at the start of the game will have two complete different experiences?
Well, I'm
Because
sure, I'm guessing the 5 skill points probably don't even do that much. They just add it to the thing to make people buy it. Be like, oh look, you even get 5 extra skill points. Like,
They have to like, what is it? Justify the purchase of extra $30.
yeah, it's because they think to themselves, what am I going to get? They see all the perks and they see skill points, and then they
In
start
a
getting, you
single-player
know, neuron activated, monkey brain. Buy
But
it,
you know
buy it,
what's-
buy it.
But you know what's funny being a single player game? Just
What?
like go into cheat engine or just mod
Yeah,
the
you
game.
can just mod yourself skill points in if that's what you really want. But the other thing that people were complaining about was that they're doing this thing that a lot of devs have been doing recently, a lot of companies. They lock content behind, like day one DLC. They lock quests behind the special edition or whatever. The quests that they already
Sorry.
made for the game, and they lock
they
it
just-
behind the special edition.
Imagine like fucking you're playing Black Ops 1 back in the day, and then you say, please pay $10 to fucking do the final mission.
Yeah, to
where
do the final mission, or like to do the prologue or the epilogue mission, you need to pay extra money or something.
it would have been funnier, like MW2 spend $3 to play No Russian.
Yeah. Can't access No Russian unless you pay for it. Hopefully they don't do that to Black Ops 6. Oh, you want to play the 9/11 mission? You gotta pay $10. Fuck.
Oh, and then then it has that like morale thing, like the ethics of spending money to commit a war crime in a game.
Yeah, that's like a whole nother level of fucked right
That's
there.
that's another bag of worms not to fucking think about. And people have been asking for Assassin's Creed in being in Japan for like how long?
Oh,
Over
it's
a
been
decade
a long
now?
time. Yeah, people have wanted a Japanese Assassin's Creed for a very long time.
It was like perfect. Like assassins are like ninjas and shit, and like I remember being young and like excited for many things, and like, oh, I can't wait for this to happen or that to happen. Like And fucking now, as I get older, I'm like, I hope they don't do this. And like,
I'm
I
sure there
don't
was
know.
a world where they could have done it well. Like, but I don't know. I don't think. I kind of feel like with Assassin's Creed games, having more than one protagonist is not the way to go. And having, like, especially breaking the pattern that they've been doing with all the other Assassin's Creed games, where you actually play as somebody who's, like, natively from that region or something, whereas in this game, you're going to be playing as, like, an African-American guy in Japan. And everyone's been waiting for this game for so long, they want to play as, like, a Japanese dude, as, like, a samurai or some shit. And you can say, oh, you can play as the girl, but I'm sure there's going to be, you're going to have to play as both throughout the game. Kind of like in
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where you play as Evie and Jacob both, like, throughout the game. You can't just choose one and ignore the other. I feel like they should have...
It wasn't too bad in Syndicate.
In what?
In Syndicate, it wasn't too
Yeah,
bad.
no,
'cause,
it
like,
wasn't too bad. It was alright.
because like they played off each other, right? Like Jacob was the brawl, the guy who doesn't really think about what he's doing. He just
Yeah.
goes in and does it. Well, Eve is like the collected, the logical
Stealthy
one.
one. It kind of seems like they're gonna have the same thing with this though, because in the trailer it seemed like the girl was like the assassin,
Assassin.
or like the ninja or whatever, and then the dude was like this big samurai guy who was just, he had like a club at one point. I was like, what
Speaking-
samurai ever used a mace or a club? Then again, I don't know much about samurais. Maybe they did, but
the thing is, they not only the samurai, I mean the assassin girl, she's not a real character. She's just made for the game. But the dude is a real person in history. So they have to be on the ball with the complete accuracy, or like mostly correct accuracy of what he's done in the past, or be like just straight up telling lies of what he's done in the past.
yeah, it's
I can't remember his name, but I wonder if they like portray him well of what he's did in the past and all that noise. But knowing Ubisoft, probably not.
Probably not. They've never really had like hardcore historical accuracy. They just kind of find historical figures that people know, and then they throw them in the game, and they just say like, "Hey, Leonardo da Vinci made gauntlets for Ezio," and you know, whatever
mean
it may
he
be.
did?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
Obviously.
did.
And whatever else they happen to say, I feel like it doesn't help that they've went the whole RPG route with the games as well, instead of like the classic
I haven't played Mirage. I bought it for my brother to give him something to do. I don't think they're still doing like RPG elements, but it's not as bad. But I have to play the game to find out first, because maybe they could like. I mean, Brotherhood technically had RPG elements because, like, I don't know if you play Brotherhood. Like, you only had one hidden blade.
Yeah, I play
At
Brotherhood.
the start of the game, and then you have to do those missions to get the second one,
Yeah.
and it's like technically like progression.
I almost feel like progression felt better in those older games, even than it does in these RPG ones, because I played Valhalla recently, and like in Valhalla you just kind of have the hidden blade pretty early, and you have it for the whole game. I don't think you don't really unlock like a bunch of new abilities or gadgets. You just kind of, it's like a looter shooter almost. You just pick up a new axe or a new armor, like.
So
and you
it's
put it on.
like numbers instead of
Yeah, it's like
actual
numbers and damage values and all that instead of actual, I don't know.
Because when you were saying that, I was thinking about how in Black Flag you have like your ship, the Jackdaw is like weak, and then you like upgrade it, and like it's like a permanent upgrade. You don't like swap it out.
Yeah.
And like the weapons, like I used to do, as you would know, I used to have problems with Ubisoft games and 100%ing them, or like doing the side stuff first before the main
Platinum
story.
trophy.
Platinum trophy, fucking problem.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I stopped doing that for Ubisoft games.
Probably better for your health.
Better for my health. And fucking, like, you start with like this basic ass pistol and Black Flag that you shoot once and then you have to reload, and it's not really good. And then at the end of the game you have like 8 that you just like blah
yeah,
blah
just
blah.
8 and you just go bang, 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 and then you reload all of them.
Across the whole map. And fucking. We'll see what they do.
We'll see what they do.
I probably won't buy it straight away because like when is it coming out? Like November?
Yeah, something like that. Around the time when Black Ops 6 is coming out.
Black Ops 6. That's going to be
higher on
taking
the
up
list.
my time.
Yeah.
That's always high on the list because I have a problem.
Plus, it's going to be like $100 on release for Australian money, probably. So it's going to be, I don't know, a bit much. For
Well, off topic, what's the most you've spent on a game so far?
on a game.
Yeah, like game pricing.
It's probably a COD game. But then again, I feel like, what is it now? Like $110 on average when the new COD game comes out? It's probably that.
What did I swear I spent...
Unless you count like DLCs and microtransactions and shit.
Nah, like first time purchase, like a brand new game.
Yeah, I think it would have been COD, probably Modern Warfare 3 or whatever the most recent one.
Yeah, don't boo me, but I can't remember what game it was, but I think the most I spent on a game was like 120. Let me quickly check. Check my
120,
store.
that's like, I don't know, is that like a special edition?
Let me quickly see if it was this game. Or has the price gone down? It was a digital deluxe edition because it was a Yakuza game, right?
Oh, okay.
It was like a remaster or remake of an old Yakuza game. And like to play it early, like 3 days, you have to buy the digital deluxe.
Ah, classic. Yeah, so they're doing that shit too.
I blundered. I was like, I want to play it now. Like it comes, if I buy the digital deluxe, it comes out on a Friday instead of a Tuesday or a Monday.
See, that shit annoys me. Like digital deluxe or like a higher version of the game to get the early access. I think that's pretty shit. But I don't mind when they do it as a pre-order bonus, because a pre-order bonus, you're still paying the same amount of money as you would pay if you just bought the game on day one, right? But you're just locking your order in early, and then they give you a few days early access, which I think is okay because you're not paying more for the few days of early access. But when it's like an edition, like collector's edition, gold edition, ultimate edition, premium edition, plus edition, whatever bullshit they name it, then you pay in like an extra $20, $30 to get maybe a cool skin, an extra mission or something, and then like a few days of, they call it early access, but really it's just playing it on time, and all the scrubs that don't spend extra money play it late. I feel like that's a better way of putting it, yeah.
I'm fucking... I still haven't even finished the game, I don't know why.
Anyway, shall we move on? Or you got something else to say about the whole Ubisoft topic? Okay.
No, the game is set in feudal Japan also, which is funny because I just completed Ghost of Tsushima, and that game is what it won't be what Assassin's Creed Shadow is going to be.
Yeah, no, probably.
But my expectations has to beat that. It was such a good game.
Let's do a quick transition because we have a couple non-gaming related things that I just thought were interesting to throw in. So we can maybe just blast through one of those real quick and then jump back onto the gaming. So we have something here. I don't know if you remember maybe last year sometime there was...
Are you referring to a Logitech controller?
No, I'm referring... Yeah, the Logitech controller. Yeah. So we have this article from BBC about a billionaire who's planning to take a submarine trip to the Titanic wreck, which, I don't know, that rings a few bells in my head.
Didn't they learn? Didn't the billionaires learn of what happened last year?
You'd hope they did learn, because if they didn't learn, then we're going to get a sequel, and it's just... I don't doubt they can do it, because it's been done by hundreds of people before. It's not like going to the Titanic, which, from what I know, it's not even that deep compared to some of the shit that other people have done. It's just, you need to do it properly. You need to make sure that you're not just, like, throwing money at people who claim they know what they're doing when they really don't.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you have the right people.
Maybe they have a a wired controller this time.
Maybe this time, yeah, wired controller. That'll make it a bit more reliable.
Like an actual Xbox controller.
Let's actually read into, because I haven't seen much
I
about
haven't read it.
this.
I just read the title and I'm like, oh.
So apparently it's a US luxury real estate billionaire and a deep sea explorer are planning to travel in a submarine. Well, it sounds like if he's got a deep sea explorer with him, at least maybe he's got someone who's an expert in the situation, so that could be a bit better. Are they an expert in submarines, though? You'd hope so.
Maybe it's like a general knowledge thing, like you can do, like, sail a boat.
Yeah, if you can sail a boat, you can go to the Titanic. Like, it's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, basically, you know.
Apparently, Larry Connor and Patrick Lahey, who is the co-founder of Triton Submarines. So if he is a co-founder of Triton Submarines, he probably knows about submarines, which is a good thing for our billionaire here. They want to take a submarine to a depth of 3,800 meters.
Is it just like the billionaire person like by himself, or is he like bringing family members? The most saddest thing about the one last year is
that they bring like random people. Yeah.
The son didn't even want to go. And then
it seems like it's a two-man job. Like it's just them two.
Okay.
Which is, I guess it's better than the other situation because they're not dragging people that don't want to be there or like, you know. And they both seem, I'm guessing the billionaire's like passionate about deep sea exploration, but he probably just doesn't know a whole lot about it. So he's got an expert with him, which is good. Whereas like the other situation, I feel like a lot of those people, they didn't really, they were just like, oh, this is gonna be like a cool holiday or like a cool, you know, experience. They weren't probably really passionate about it. I think maybe only 2 or 3 of them might have been. The other ones were just there for the ride. But this seems like it could go better. It's just hard to ignore the fact like how similar the situation is to the last one.
I'm sure a lot of people have already made
the article even mentions here.
The Ocean Gate one.
Yeah, Ocean Gate. I was in June of last year when the vessel imploded.
I remember it's literally been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
Fuck.
Yeah, and there were a few other passengers. Okay. I wonder if they've commented on that at all. Like, yeah, we understand that like this happened a year ago, but we're gonna approach it this way and we're gonna do it way better and all that. It doesn't seem like there's really anything on here about that.
What did I just put in my gun?
Well, it's an interesting little thing. I guess we'll see what comes out of it once they go for it. And I'm sure that if anything does go awry, we'll hear about it. And if it all goes fine, then we'll... Honestly, if it goes fine, we'll probably never hear about it again. Because when things go well in the world, they just... You don't hear about them. Yeah, so I guess we'll see how that goes.
I'm sure there's going to be like... I don't know how well internet works that deep in the water. But probably like a live stream. That's a live stream of going to it.
Maybe they could have... I'd imagine if you're going that low underwater, if you needed like some sort of connection, you could have a really long cable that goes to the surface with like
just one long ass Ethernet cable.
Yeah, that just has like a Wi-Fi thing on it. I also just realized this map we're on right now, isn't this Dust's house from Vanguard?
Yes, it is. If you hold tab in the top left-hand corner.
Oh yeah, it's literally called Dust's house. I was like, this map is familiar. I remember getting a nuke on this map, like my first nuke ever.
Nukes? You mean nukes?
Not a nuke, a V1 rocket, sorry. Anyway, let's move on to another topic. Let's go back into gaming. And let's go to Riot Games. Valorant. They are going to be supposedly cracking down on toxicity in their community.
About player behavior in the game. Since launching Val, especially with the addition of voice
Let's listen to... I don't know who this person is. I'm not...
I think she's
Anna Donlon, the studio head. She's the studio head of Valorant.
Yeah, so she's like the...
harassment was going to be both something we needed
I'll
to
let her play and see what she has to say.
And also would be one of the most challenging issues that we would face. We've been working on systems and technologies, and we actually have been making a lot of progress, but having large global player communities presents unique challenges. Evolving challenges. So we have to be ready and willing to re-examine things and hold ourselves accountable when things are not meeting our community's expectations. And that's exactly what we've been doing. I've spent the last couple of weeks reviewing player logs,
Let her cook.
looking at penalty escalation paths, discussing player behavior philosophies, seeing where they're working, and where we absolutely need to do better. It's not the first time I've had to do this. It will not be the last. It's important work, but it's not always easy work. I'm a human and a parent and a caregiver and a team lead, and in almost every aspect of my life, I feel this deep responsibility to protect people, and this is no different. The responsibility of protecting our community of Valorant players is one I take very personally, and I can tell you that very often it can feel like I've failed in that responsibility. Player behavior is a complex problem space. Our systems cannot catch everything.
I feel like she's talking a lot about how this is like their problem and they're responsible for these people that are saying like all this dumb shit in voice comms. Like, isn't it kind of shooting yourself in the foot to take on all that responsibility instead of just being like, it's these are the idiots that are doing it. Like, it's not our fault that they're saying this shit, you know?
They have like the oppression. Like, imagine like you created a novel, right? Like you wrote a novel, you have all the what you call all the fancy words in the background saying like what's the main part of the story, and then the community, and like the community just misunderstood it so fucking hard, and they like what they misunderstood, and you're trying to fix or explain like, no, this is what's actually about, and they'll and it's like a little hard patch to like fucking explain.
It's like a miscommunication.
Yeah.
In a way.
But there's just one thing. How are they going to combat how we are quote unquote toxic when we play Valorant? It's not really toxic. It is. But you can't ban someone because of it.
You're talking about like posting question marks and shit in the chat?
Just the question mark.
Just the question mark.
It's the most funniest thing to me.
It is funny. And you know what? I don't think that posting a question mark should be seen as a bad thing, because it's not hate speech. It's not really like... I think that would be what you'd call banter, I'd say. That would fall into the category of banter. Yeah, banter.
Because Riot has experienced this in the past in League. I know. I'm going to confess something. I have played like a month's worth of League back in the day.
Oh god, that's disgusting, bro.
I know. And like, I'm pretty shit at it. I don't even know what I was doing half the time. And whenever I died, a teammate of mine would just question mark me. Like, there's an inbuilt feature in the game where you just question mark. It's meant for like, it's like meant to be like, I don't know where a certain person is in this area, so I'm gonna question mark.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's like in Rocket League when someone says "what a save" or "nice shot."
Yeah, the community have changed the meaning of the feature to do something else, basically. So that's like comes back to, well, they didn't initially intend for you to use the question mark ping or whatever in that way, but the community have changed it to make it mean that. So then, what do? Are they supposed to get rid of it because it's being used in a way that it wasn't intended? Or are they just supposed to be like, well, we didn't intend it to be used that way, so you can't blame us that it's in the game and that it's being used like that?
That's the situation that Riot Games has given themselves.
Yeah.
And there's no really good answer.
I think that if you have the ability to mute someone and to block them, you should use that, probably, if you're annoyed by them. And unfortunately, a lot of people are annoying in Valorant. That's just the way it is.
There's like another caveat of this. Like, everyone knows the mute feature is there and like reporting and all that, but some people won't do it because of views. Like I'm not saying anyone, but I can't remember where I saw this. I can like show you after the actual video who I watched it from. But like, this woman was being like harassed, like sexually harassed and all that, playing Valorant, like threats of violence to her. Instead of just muting and reporting, well, she left it unmuted because she said, I'm doing it for the views and all that.
Yeah, I think I actually know who you're talking about. I think I've seen the clip of her, and was it the same girl who had like a clip of her talking about how if she has like a straight son, she's going to convert him into like a gay son or something? Was it that girl or was it someone else?
It might be her.
It might be
It-
her. It probably was her, to be honest.
I mean, there's probably so many examples in like the Valorant community of this.
Because the one I saw was she was complaining. I don't know if it was Valorant specifically she was complaining about, but she was basically saying that like men are the problem of gaming because a girl can't play a game without like being
Sexualized
verbally
or
whatever
harassed.
assaulted or harassed. Yeah, sexually harassed. Which she's not fully wrong, because I feel like if you take a pool of like 30 gamers, probably 5 or 6 of them at least are gonna just be absolutely disgusting when as soon as a girl opens her mouth on the game
Careless.
chat. Yeah. So they are a thing, and it's unfortunate that they exist. And I wish that the female community didn't have to deal with it, but unfortunately it's just there. And I don't think the solution is to like delete game chat, because obviously game chat's a huge part of gaming. It has to be there. You can't really... Gaming would be so dead and boring if nobody could talk to each other. So there
Like the
has to be
community-
another way to deal with it.
I reckon it's more of a community thing as a whole, like how women are and represented on the internet, and that, as well as being anonymous. Like off topic. I've been watching a lot of South Park lately.
Oh yeah.
I'm watching like one of the older seasons where, I don't know if you watch South Park at all, or like know
I've
the
seen a
characters.
bit, like some of the old episodes, but I don't watch it.
Yeah, Kyle's dad in this season is a troll online, so his name is like Skank Hunt 42 or something, and he says like the most foul shit to people and like Photoshop penises in women's mouths.
Okay, yeah.
and like the main plot of the film is like, I mean, of the show, of the season is the Danish created this thing where everyone's history on the internet can be viewed by anyone. So you could just, like, for example, I could search you up
And just see
like
all
this
everyone's
program,
history, yeah.
or everyone's history, what they said and all that. And then there's a point in the video where everyone in America start killing each other. And it's like, oh, I'm just gonna know what I've been on, and like I've been on actually Madison and like having affairs.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I haven't seen
And-
much South Park, but I didn't even know they were still making South Park, to be honest, but
South Park is like still around,
yeah.
like for like a good 20, 30 years. Oh, it's probably 30 now. But yeah, like if there was no like see who you're talking to, I'm sure everyone would be less cautious of what they say. I mean, some people won't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
But you can be punished because of it, because of they know who you are. The government knows.
You're saying
you can
like
be
if there was
punished.
some sort of system where when somebody uses voice chat, like you know basically their name, you know who they are, you know like
Yeah, that's
personal
like
information about them.
that's like a Big Brother problem, like in 1984 novel and shit. Like I don't want that, especially with what I do for a living. My whole job is about security
Yeah.
and fucking.
But it would
Imagine-
definitely
It
would
will,
clean up the issues with like
yeah,
toxicity a
It'll-
lot.
especially in Western countries. I don't know about like. I'm pretty sure Asian countries, like in China, you have to have an ID to even go online and shit. Or that
Maybe, I'm
might
not
be-
sure how that works, but I wouldn't be
Or it might be
surprised
Korea.
they have something like that. I've even heard like some things relating to like children not being allowed to play games, or like you know how there's the whole issue with, well, you can rate a game like
China.
R18 or whatever,
Yeah.
but a kid's still gonna get it because his parents gonna like buy it for him.
Yeah,
whatever. Like the thing of, well, you need to be online to play it, and you also need to have like an actual ID to make your account. You have to like
Yeah.
prove with like, you know, driver's license, passport, whatever identification you have that you're actually that age, and
I
otherwise you
think
can't
it's
play.
China. I want to say it's China that have a system like that. They implemented like children like under the age of 12 aren't allowed to play video games at all, and like children between 13 and 17 can only play on weekends, or like if it's a weekday they can only play for an hour
Yeah.
during a certain time, and because
sounds
it's
about
like
right.
if it's after 11, like they can't play until it's like a certain time, which
Yeah.
is, I reckon, is a good thing, like in general, to like.
I think it's a good
limit-
thing, but I just think like it should be up to parents to do that shit, like
Parents-
not the government.
Parents, yeah, the parents should be the one controlling it. But like, as you would know, we grew up with the internet. Like, we are the generation that was molded by the internet mostly.
Yeah.
What were you searching up as a child?
On the internet mostly.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what
Yeah.
age. Like mostly Minecraft stuff.
Right.
If I was like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever,
But-
10, 11.
Did you ever go on Live Leak?
I've been on Live Leak a few times, yeah. Before it died, isn't it like not a thing anymore?
I'm not really sure. I've never been on a Live Leak. I just remember one of our friends, I think it was Connor, is like, hey, watch this, and it's just a guy getting beheaded.
Yeah, it's just the culture of like, I don't know. I guess when you're a kid, that kind of stuff, it's like it's this category of stuff that you think, oh, I'm not supposed to be seeing this, so if I see it, it's like, you know, you're kind
Cool.
of, it's like cool because you're like breaking.
Rebellious.
But at the point in where I am in my life now, it's like I'm not gonna go out of my way to just look something like that up because I don't really care to see it because I know it's there. Like it's maybe when I was a kid, it was more of a thing like that can't actually be on the internet, right? Like that's not a real thing that people can actually put on the internet. So it was more a thing of like trying to me believing that it wasn't real, so I had to look it up to prove to myself that it was. But now I'm at an age where like I know the internet's like fucked and it's got a lot of shit on there that probably shouldn't be on there. But I don't need to go out and look for it because I know it's there. Like I don't need to prove to myself that it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking. I don't know if you have received any like videos on YouTube saying like the internet is dead or like is dying. Like
I've seen some stuff like that.
like the old internet something.
Like the internet's going, like things are dying. I've definitely seen stuff about like gaming supposedly dying, and I don't buy into any of that shit. It's like if you look at statistics and stuff, there's by no means
Like,
is the
the
internet
community
or
thinks they're
gaming
better.
declining in any way. It's just
I reckon when they mean the internet's dying, it's more like brain rot.
yeah. I mean that's definitely true. If you look at like TikTok and whatnot, people their brains just rotting away. Anyway, let's see what else she has to say. I'll skip through a bit here and see if we can
They
catch
require constant attention and tweaking
anything.
and improvement.
Wait,
Sometimes
what the
it
hell
has
is
to be
that? An
painfully manual
IMS?
or dependent on our
Game
players
chat,
reporting things
muted.
and our processes staying well tuned. And sometimes tech that has the potential to be a game changer takes longer than you want to work.
She's talking about like tech and systems a lot, so I'm thinking
I think
Harder, we take steps forward. But here's the part I can't shake. In almost all cases, someone gets hurt in the process of making these systems better. Too often, it takes someone experiencing the worst behaviors, something egregious, something painful, something threatening, for us to better understand where the gaps in our systems and processes are. And that's exactly what we're
problem
experiencing.
with these community things. Like you can't. Let's pretend I'm like the most nicest person on Valorant, and I'm talking to everyone, and like no one suspects a thing.
yeah.
Right. They can only be reactive to like one day. All of a sudden, I'm like a neo-Nazi racist, and I'm like splurging.
Yeah, like one day you just
Like
decide,
this.
hey, today's the day. I'm just gonna like go
Just-
off the rails and do something stupid. How do
You
you can't
can't-
really pretend
you can't
defend
predict
against that? Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure like at 4 minutes in, she explains what she's implementing in. One of the things was
Well, I'll let her
hardware
keep on
bans.
going for a bit
Yeah.
here while we
Addressing
play.
right
We'll
now.
just listen.
But I also want to make sure that I say this out loud. We have no room for these types of behavior in our game or in our community. Valorant is a team game. It's better played as a team. The strats are better. All of it's better. When you tell someone to just mute comms to avoid harassment, you are essentially putting the harassed person in a position to not communicate, to compromise how they want to play the game to accommodate you. Muting.
What do you think of that take?
It's
If you're
such a hard thing.
if you're telling someone that they should just mute the guy that's being abusive, then you're telling them to not use comms.
And
Apparently
it's
that's
like-
what she's saying.
It's like further expanding on that. If I mute someone, can I get reported for game sabotage then? Because I'm not
Yeah.
communicating with the team or like playing with the team. It's such a hard thing to fucking fix.
I feel like if they were abusing you anyway, then they probably weren't giving any good comms in the first place.
Mm.
Like, you're not losing any tactical advantage by muting the guy that's, you know, calling you dumb bitch or whatever it is that he's doing, you know? I don't think that he was going to make any useful comms regardless. So, I don't know, I'll let it keep him going.
Is a tool for people who choose to use it, not something that is there to justify bad behaviors. Competitive games need to have room for banter. We believe this. And I do understand the fear. The fear that we will sanitize gaming by over-addressing these issues. We have no interest in doing that. That's not what we're talking about here.
I'm just going on a little tangent on that one. I gotta search it up. In one of the Valorant tournaments, someone bagged.
In a Valorant tournament?
Yeah, and then they got like a reporter, reported.
Oh, really? I did not know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, teabag. Yeah, Riot suspends Valorant pros over teabagging controversy. This was back in 2022. Someone teabagged someone in a tournament, and then they like got suspended.
That is a little bit excessive in my opinion.
Because like, if you look at the Valorant, everyone compares Valorant to Counter-Strike, right?
Yeah.
And fucking like see how the community reacts and like, how do I explain like the CS:GO community? Everyone's a racist, maybe. That's like probably the best
community. A lot of
like,
people are just really more toxic in CS.
Yeah, I reckon
the culture is just more toxic in CS. I feel like it's got this
like,
elitist culture, especially since Valorant came out. Because a lot of the CS:GO hardliners are like, Valorant's a baby game, CS:GO's like real man's game, and you know, there's like this culture around it.
And fucking all that noise. I'm pretty sure at 4 minutes she goes into what they're gonna implement into like the shit they're gonna do.
Yeah,
one of them.
There. I'll let
not be in a
we're at 3
position
minutes
to
and
have
40. I'll
to
let it
grow
go.
thicker skin or whatever other unhelpful suggestions have been thrown out there just to avoid threats of violence or literal hate speech. There's no room in our community for the most egregious behaviors, and we're not going to compromise on that point. If you need to make truly evil statements under the guise of regular shit talk to enjoy gaming, then please play something else. We won't miss you. Val community, we can't stop them from opening their mouths and saying something awful. I wish we could, but we can't stop that part. What we can do is help escort them out of our game spaces. We do some of this already. The vast majority of the time when someone says something out of line and gets reprimanded, they learn as a result of our feedback systems. They keep playing, they rarely repeat offend. The number of players who exhibit these behaviors are not the majority, I assure you. In fact, they are a very small fraction of our player base. However, it has definitely become clear to us that our existing penalties are not doing enough right now to remove the most disruptive players from Valorant.
All right, so tell us what you're going to do about it then.
Manner.
Let's see.
So here's what we're going to do.
Thank you.
First, over the next 30 days, we'll be finalizing updates to our existing policies. This will allow us to issue more severe penalties and faster, with a focus on the most severe behaviors, things like hate speech, severe sexual content, and threats of violence, which have no room in our game. And we will continue to adjust those categories when and where it's needed. Second, we need stronger tools to deal with a broader spectrum of harmful player behavior, and so we're introducing new actions. This will include penalties ranging from temporary bans to permanent bans, all the way up to and including hardware bans for our worst offenders.
That's a big
hardware
one.
bans are an extreme form of punishment, so we will apply them only in the most extreme cases with clear evidence and manual review, similar to how it works with anti-cheat right now. Third, because we're making these changes, we anticipate there's going to be more reports that will require manual review, so we'll be beefing up the teams that are needed to support that. Fourth, we've been testing Riot voice evaluation systems in North America in English only for a while now. It's still in beta, but it's been working really well so far.
I assumed they already had that, to be honest.
Players who have been actioned upon by RVE have not reoffended at a 75% rate. This reduces the overall number of repeat offenders by a great deal. We're looking to roll this out to more regions later this year, adding support for additional languages, while also taking into account local regulations on player safety and privacy. And lastly, we're going to go back and perform a one-time review of the top suspected offenders from the previous act and issue penalties accordingly.
All of them? How many people are we talking? Are the top suspected offenders from the previous act? Manual reviews, one-time manual reviews on all of them? That's a lot of people.
How many do you think do you need to be reported before you get a top? I would say like maybe 5 or 10.
I don't know, whatever their standards are, but I would assume if you're reported in... See, this is the thing. I don't know what matters more to them. Does the amount of people reporting the player matter more, or does the amount of games they get reported in matter more? Because we could be in a 3-stack, and we could have a guy on our team who's being obnoxious, and we could report him, and that's 3 players reporting him. So is that more? Does that matter more? Or if this guy gets reported in one game by one player, and then in the next game by another player, does that matter more than our 3-player report in the single game? You know what I mean?
I reckon that what they would do is based on when people are playing together, they usually have the same opinions or like follow mode mindset.
Yeah.
So it'll be the amount of stranger players reporting the person.
Yeah, like the non-affiliated people reporting the same person.
So like us 3 votes, instead of being like, 3 reports, will maybe count as like 1.5.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so easy to mass report someone.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want it to become a thing where like somebody can get mass reported in one game and then just immediately get deleted, hardware banned, because that would be a bit dumb. Because then you can just have people who are toxic actually reporting non-toxic people and trying to get them like spam banned, which is not what you want at all.
I mean, that's why they have the manual review also.
Yeah, the manual review. I think that's pretty much all she was saying.
It's important to us that you can
wraps
trust
it
us
up.
with this. That when you get feedback from a report, that you can trust that something happened in a timely manner and with the right severity. I'm hopeful that these updates should be a positive step in earning that trust, and I don't think we should stop there. Penalties and punishments, they do work after the fact, but we do think there are ways that we can be more proactive, investing in systems and designs that create an environment where things like comms harassment are less likely to happen in the first place. So more on that to come.
That sounds
Look, I know
interesting.
this message is intense.
So she's talking about maybe making systems that would preemptively stop people from being toxic, but how do you do that?
What do they define toxic? Let's pretend like my mom came in, I have to quickly move my clothes, and I'm AFK for a round. Is that toxic, or... Because I know you can already... We have this problem in our friend group where someone leaves for a round, and then they get the AFK penalty, and they lose like so much RR.
Yeah.
And it's like an annoying thing, like, it's only 1 round. I reckon it should be like, depending, like a multiplier, instead of just being 1 round, then you have the whole penalty. Unless it's already a thing, and I just don't know the system fully.
Probably, yeah. I'd assume they don't count, like, an AFK warning as toxicity, because I'm sure they understand there's a lot of reasons people go AFK, but I think when it comes to voice comms reporting and text chat reporting for like bad language and stuff, that's all probably counted as toxicity. I don't know how she's meaning. How do you preemptively find out that somebody's gonna be toxic and then ban them before they are toxic? Because that's kind of sounds like what she's saying. She's saying we're going to try and make a way where we can know people are going to be toxic before they do it, and then like preemptively stop them or something.
Just add AI. Just say AI and call it a...
Add AI.
The problem I have is, you know how you did the bot role plays and all that, how we had that whole thing. That is not technically playing the game correctly, or it is kind of.
Yeah,
it's sabotaging.
It's technically not.
Is that considered quote unquote toxic? Or toxic?
I don't know. I feel like there's a grey line there, because it's like, you know, if somebody is playing differently in your game, but they're still...
I guess it's an unorthodox way of playing.
Yeah.
And you're still playing, you're still trying to win. I guess the main premise of sabotaging is, are they still trying to win the game?
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
but then you can have like the silver lining is like the only way I want to win is like my whole team is dead. I'm
My whole
maining right now.
team's sweating 100%.
I am my whole before I even do any plays, I have to wait for my whole team is dead, and like I'm maining Reyna and have my ult.
Yeah, because some people do play like that. They just bait everyone. Which,
Well,
I don't know.
mean-
I'd say that's kind of toxic in a way.
I guess that's where they have to have. I don't think the community will ever fully know what they have in place, like how Valorant will never. I mean, how Valve and the VAC system works.
Yeah, they'll never tell anyone.
Because if we know it, then we know how to bypass it. And
I'm just hoping they don't go the route of like, and maybe there's going to be like an AI listening to your voice even when you're not broadcasting it in game. Like, say for example, you say something that would be considered toxic to one of your teammates in Discord, and then the Valorant manages to pick it up even though you're not like holding the voice chat button, and then based off of that you get like a ban or something.
No, we'll go even more corporate. You know how the anti-cheat system is kernel 0 on your computer and it's running all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just listening
It's
and
just
reading all your
listening.
files.
And it like
Reading-
decides whether you're a toxic person or not, and if you are, you just lose access to Valorant.
Yeah, that's like cyberpunk.
Yeah, that would be fucked. But you know, nothing's impossible, I guess. We'll let this play to the end.
And I don't think we should stop there. Penalties and punishments, they do work after the fact, but we do think there are ways that we can be more proactive, investing in systems and designs that create an environment where things like comms harassment are less likely to happen in the first place. So more on that to come. Look, I know this message is intense, so let me say this. This is not just about preventing the worst. The goal is to make it so that the people who want to play Val are able to love playing Val. It's about promoting the best in each of us. It's about ensuring that people can share in the joy of the matches won and the tough losses and the amazing feeling of community that gaming can create. I want to thank you for the time. We're on this journey together, and despite the challenges, I know that the future we're building is bright and worth every effort. Thank you, everyone.
Cool. Well, they definitely got a big problem on their hands, because that is one hell of a thing to tackle with all the toxicity and shit that is in Valorant. I think what's Valve's take on like the CS:GO side? They don't even care, do they? About like toxicity
They
in CS:GO?
care. I mean, they brought back the Overwatch system, which is good, but that's more for cheating.
That's for like cheating and shit though. I'm talking about like people calling you slurs in voice chat and stuff like that. Do they even like, is there even a system in place really to punish people for that sort of stuff?
I mean, they have like recording, but I don't know how often it gets checked. Or like, do even people even use it? Because like the community is so used to the racism and that. It's like, it's like you expect it to.
Like, I don't remember the last time I've reported someone in CS for being toxic, but in Valorant, like the second you see it, you report it straight away. It's just a different environment. But
Maybe,
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we're out of our CS:GO phase, how we used to play it every day and try and rank up. But we are doing that with Valorant. We want to rank one of our friends up and like fucking get him down to silver.
Yeah.
And we care more. That's probably the main thing about with Valorant.
We're more invested in it because we're playing it more.
Yeah. With you playing Valorant on like silver and plat, do you reckon lower ranks are more toxic than higher ranks?
I think that lower ranks have high rank players in them too because of the smurfing issue, and that makes lower ranks more toxic, because in a lower rank you don't only have low ranks, you also have people who are smurfing, which means there's just more people in general. And I think the most toxic rank will just be the rank that has the most people in it, because statistically the people are where the toxicity comes from. It doesn't matter if you're iron or if you're gold or if you're ascendant. I think that everyone in every rank has like an equal chance of being an asshole. You know what I mean? So all it comes down to in the end is which rank has the most people in it. And I think the rank with the most people, last time I checked, was either silver or gold, one of those two, or maybe they're very close. Which means that statistically, you're going to find the most toxicity in silver and gold because there's just the most chance of you running into a toxic person. So I'd say that's where the most of the problem is. Anyway, that is the Valorant topic. Let's jump into... these two, this can kind of be a 2-in-1, I guess, just thrown into Sony in general, but we have God of War Ragnarok requiring a PSN account to play on PC, which is Sony not learning from what they did with Helldivers 2.
Or Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, did they do it for that too? Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I was forced to sign in with my PSN.
I guess Helldivers could be considered slightly a different situation because Helldivers was released across both consoles at the same time, right?
Yeah.
PC and PlayStation. Whereas all these, like Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, they're single-player games, and also they are released first on PlayStation and then way later on PC. So it's slightly different to Helldivers, but it's still annoying that in order for me to play God of War Ragnarok, I'm going to be linking like my PlayStation and stuff to it.
I mean, for us, we don't really mind because we're Australia, right? We have PSN.
Yeah,
but
like it's not hard for us to do it.
It's just 150 countries that won't be able to play now unless it's like a cracked version that doesn't need PSN because the country doesn't even allow them to create a PSN account.
Yeah, there are some countries that just get straight locked out by that. So
and
I'm sure there's a workaround, but they shouldn't have to do that to play the game.
My only hypothetical is like corporate is like we need to have more PSN accounts. Like
because they just want to have the whole world sign up to PSN because they want to try and sell like PS Plus or whatever it is now. And I don't know, I guess they want to have bigger numbers to show to like the shareholders, look how popular our service is, look
and
how
then
many
like
people
the
signed
market
up.
share would go up because of it.
Yeah. Even though most of those people are just making the account because they have to.
Yeah. And then like they'll never touch a PlayStation in their life.
Yeah, probably. They'll just make it on the PlayStation website and that's it. And the other Sony thing was they're releasing a new shooter. Have you heard about that? First person shooter?
Oh, the bland shooter.
It's called what is it called? Concord, right, yeah. There's a trailer for it here. I haven't actually seen this, so I'm just gonna
You ready for some bland trailer?
Free gunning. It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted.
looks like No Man's Sky.
Being a free gunner means, well, you're free.
Right on.
It's Anna.
Yeah, you better run.
Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves, a chance to be someone.
It's a hero shooter. Yeah.
Oh, it's Cassidy.
Oh yeah.
Need a second to fix myself up.
Why not?
It's
And in
Symmetra.
It's anyone's game.
Richard and
You
Tara.
won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
Finally, to battle.
It's Winston and Reinhardt mixed together.
Yeah.
Endless rage!
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
It's fucking what's his name?
This
What's his name?
anywhere.
Mr. Overwatch.
Take any job. Face any enemy. We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
Wow, epic slow motion shot. Concord.
What are your thoughts on the
The crew
game?
is gathering. Would you like to join us for
Ooh,
a game night?
more.
Okay, guys.
A little bit of character, a little bit of personality. I think they're clearly trying to just do an Overwatch here, but I don't think it looked bad.
It doesn't look bad. It's just, why would I want to play
Why not?
Like,
Concord and then have to sign up with a PSN to play, or I can just play Overwatch, where it has, even though the community is shit, it's been now for like who
I
knows
think
how
that
long.
this will
from
probably
Activision.
get a lot of like the Destiny audience on it, maybe, because it's kind of it's giving me like Destiny vibes to some
Well,
extent.
I mean, it's ex Destiny devs.
Yeah,
making it.
yeah. So it's
The thing I have is like the trend of those games are kind of dead now, like hero shooters, which is
somewhat,
kind
yeah.
of sad because fucking, I don't know if you know, but there were leaks of Valve creating a hero shooter.
Yeah, I
like-
think I heard about that too. Valve trying to make a hero shooter.
Yeah,
So if Valve are doing it, and if these guys are doing it, Overwatch is still clearly a thing. And what's the other one? We have the Marvel one. Is it called Marvel Rivals or something?
yeah, Marvel Rivals.
Which is another just Overwatch. So if it's
I
if
thought-
it's dying, why we have like so many games coming out for it? It's like a hole in the market. No one's gonna play them, or they're gonna be so split across all the games. Maybe they're trying to revive the genre and have like a battle royale boom or something. Like everyone's playing hero
Battle
shooters
royale.
now.
I thought the new trend is extraction shooters. Like,
I guess in a way it kind of is, but it's not as big as like the battle royale boom was.
I think battle royale is like dying now.
Yeah, it's dying now, but when it first started, battle royale was basically it took
Well,
over
the-
every game. Every company was doing it. Like, you know, Battlefield did their battle royale. COD obviously did Warzone. Like every AAA
Blackout,
was trying
can't
to
forget Blackout.
incorporate battle royale into their game. I'm surprised we didn't get like a Sims battle royale, you know?
Instead, we get a Sims Battle Pass.
Yeah, which that's one of the next things. But yeah, you know, everyone was doing battle royale. As if they could somehow get into, even CS:GO did battle royale. You know, so I think it's just it's one of those things. Battle royale probably won't be surpassed by another trend for a very long time because that blew everything up. I don't think everyone's going to be doing a hero shooter anytime soon. We might have Valve doing it and the Marvel trying to do it, but I don't think like everyone's going to jump on hero shooter soon. Actually, it feels like there's a mix between a lot of different genres right now, which is nice. And Extraction is up there as one of the big ones, like you said, Tarkov style games, I guess.
And then like X-Defiant with like arcade shooters, but that's like Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's kind of like it's kind of a mix X-Defiant because there are operators in it that have their own abilities, but then it's also like very COD in the way that
It's,
you have a.
What was Black Ops 4? They called it like a tactical shooter, but it wasn't really tactical.
Yeah.
I guess Black Ops 4 was a hero shooter technically.
Yeah, because they had abilities and stuff. Black Ops 3 did too, didn't it?
What the fuck just killed me?
What was that? We all just got wiped by something.
A DNA bomb?
Is that like a nuke or something?
That's a nuke from Advanced Warfare.
Oh.
Who's on a kill streak right now? Oh.
30 kills. Oh, you can't see deaths. Oh well. Yeah, he's probably on a kill streak.
DNA bomb.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's the topic of Concord, which seems like just another hero shooter, which hopefully for them it goes well, but I might
Have
try
no
it if it's
hope.
free. I don't know. I might give it a bet. Is it even going to be on PC? Probably not, right?
It is.
Oh,
It
it
is.
is? Okay. If it's on PC,
And
I might
it's-
try it if it's free. If
The
not, then
problem is on PC, it's PlayStation. You know what that means?
PSN account.
PSN account.
Yeah, that's fine. I already have a PSN account. I'm just signing with it, but I predict it's not going to be like a game that I'm going to play a lot. Coming off of Sony, we have this, which is, do you remember, I think it was like a week ago I showed you the Google AI was kind of going off the rails and recommending dumb shit to people?
Like glue.
Yeah, like Glue and like the Oh yeah, there was a thing about drinking urine to like cure kidney stones or something. And
No
apparently
way.
they came out just recently and they said... Yeah, it says here, Google says, prior to these screenshots going viral, pretty much no one asked Google those questions. So they're saying that the only reason people are finding all these results is because like somebody got one weird result and then it went viral and then people started spamming the same question and started getting like, you know, even more dumb results. So they're trying to like write it off as it's actually a good AI. It's just people are like abusing the weak points of it or something.
Just pointing out the flaws and blow it to proportion.
Yeah, and just like exploding the flaws out, which, I mean, what do you think about the idea that they're trying to push, which is when you search something on Google, instead of your first result being what it normally is, it's going to be like an AI overview of answering your question.
It needs to be like an option I press when I click search, not a fucking default thing.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a setting.
When I imagine I search for YouTube, and it says, YouTube is blah blah blah. I don't care. I just want to go on YouTube and watch my Markiplier.
Yeah, exactly. And how long? Because clearly, right now, we're not at a point yet where you can actually get, where you can guarantee that you're going to get the right answer out of an AI, right? Like, I wouldn't be willing to swap from using Google to exclusively using ChatGPT, for example, right now to search for things, because I know, even though ChatGPT is so good, it can still be wrong a lot of the time, and Google, like, if I just go on a website that comes up, I'm going to get proper info, and I'm not going to get, like, regurgitated AI mix of information. So I think that we're still a long way away from replacing a regular search engine with, like, an AI that just gives us answers. Would you agree, or are you more AI? More on the side of AI?
I am in this predicament. When I'm personal use, AI is dog shit. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
If it's for corporate, like to quickly find patterns in that, it sounds good. I had to have some part of the play of like researching for a company, but not really. But like, as I continue researching, I'm like, people are going to lose their jobs if I continue this. So like,
yeah,
it's hard for what you want to do. Like, I won't be using, like, imagine I was in year 9, I'm like doing the history of World War II, and then I wrote in my fucking bibliography ChatGPT.
yeah. ChatGPT is a source.
So, my teacher won't be happy. He will be sending me to the fucking, like, looking at me and giving me an F. Or
yeah, I mean, I think that's just the case of AI is still new, and it's people trying to work out how to deal with it and all that.
It's like when, like, Square Enix is still invested into fucking NFTs, even though it's been, like, years since, like, the whole boom of it trend. And, like, they sold, I don't know if they still have the rights to it, but I'm pretty sure they sold the licensing of Tomb Raider, like, to a company, and they no longer have the, well, I'm pretty sure if they buy a license they can, but they don't own Tomb Raider anymore.
I think I heard about that, but I'm not entirely sure who they sold it to.
Not sure who they sold it to, or if they said like we'll be selling it, or maybe it was like outsourcing it, like people can pay to use Tomb Raider to create games.
I'll see if I can find. Oh, Amazon bought the rights to Tomb Raider.
Oh shit! Did they sell for 600 million?
Apparently, 600 million overall package.
And that would be USD.
Yeah, USD. I don't know. I guess I don't know how much money is value to a company like Amazon, but $600 million. Tomb Raider's not that big of a IP right now, is it?
It used to be back in the 90s.
Yeah, back in the 90s. But now, I swear, the only time I ever hear Tomb Raider nowadays is when people are doing benchmarks for graphics cards. That's like the only time I hear about it. I never hear about people talking about how good the story is, how good the gameplay is. But then again, I haven't played any of like the newer
It's a
ones.
single player game. It's not like you can just talk about ages and ages unless it's like Half-Life.
Yeah. It just seems like it's doing what it has been doing, and it's like sticking
Just
to a safe.
Like a game that you play and then you just like be done with it.
Yeah, like it's not like a mind-boggling thing or like an earth-shattering game. Like it's not like a Last of Us or an Uncharted. It's just, hey, there's another Tomb Raider. Sick. Okay, you know. But if they want to spend all that money on Tomb Raider, maybe they have a plan for it. Maybe they want to do an Amazon show. I wouldn't be surprised. Amazon Tomb Raider TV
that
show.
might be good.
Something like that.
I reckon Tomb Raider would be good as a show. I reckon instead of the Uncharted film, Uncharted show would be better. And each season could be a game.
Yeah, that could be cool. I'm sure they're planning on a show or something if Amazon bought it, but we'll see. We'll see what they do with that.
I mean, like Naughty Dog's Last of Us show is already getting a second season, and
yeah, and Amazon did Fallout as well, which was
all these gaming shows. Minus
really good.
The one that I'm so sad about.
The Halo show. Yeah, we won't talk about the Halo show.
We don't talk about the Halo show.
Let's move on to the next thing here, which is... We've only got a couple things left. Have you heard about the back rooms?
Oh, I heard about it was found.
Yeah, they found the back rooms. Like the actual building that the picture was taken in. And the journey that it took them to get there was quite extensive from what I heard. I saw Mudaha, Some Ordinary Gamers, did a video on it because I think he follows the backroom stuff a lot. And basically from what I gathered from that video is they looked at the original, like the photo or the earliest version of the photo that people could find at the time, and they looked into the file name of it or something, and the file name had like a default word in it, basically, that told you what kind of camera took the photo.
Yeah.
And then they like, based off that, they were able to go back in time and use like Wayback Machines and go on these really old websites and eventually find the actual original place that the original Backrooms image was taken. And then they were also able to figure out the building where it was. It was somewhere in America. I can't remember the exact city.
Is the building still up?
The building is completely renovated now. From what I remember in Mudaha's video, the building is now a remote control car racetrack, like enthusiast building.
But does it still have like the lighting and shit? Or?
Nah, actually, the lights in the ceiling looked very similar, but the whole like
yellow,
the walls and stuff. Let me mute these voice chatters. The walls and stuff are completely different. Let me actually pull up. I'll pull up Mudaha's video so you can see if I can just find. It's called Some Ordinary Gamers. Let's go to his channel.
Hello, guys and gals.
Hey, brother. Let's go to the video here. There it is.
The file from the rooms, and to the left of it, you'll
So this is, I think this is the original website where they found it, and that's like the original image.
start to see other images, ones that I don't recognize before.
Apparently, the lore behind the image is that it, like, the building had water damage, which, like, the carpet and like the walls and stuff, it all had water damage.
Absolutely, I recognize this one. I don't recognize this one. So here they say, above is the original view of the East Oval Room. Notice no windows or...
Let me see if I can find what it's turned into now. There it is. This is what the building looks like now on the inside.
Oh, good car racing.
So it's like literally a remote control car racetrack thing, and it's been completely renovated to become that.
Oh, sick.
And what do people get out of finding it? I guess nothing really. We're just, now they know that it's a real image, because I think there was speculation if it was even like a real place or not.
A real photo.
Yeah, people were like, is this a real image, or is this like made in like a 3D engine and then made to look real? But yeah, no, it is like the Backrooms was a real office building, and it actually did look like that. And that it's what's even funnier to me is the lore of the Backrooms and how that main area has like a wet floor was actually real, because like the real building had water damage. That's like a cool little lore thing for all the Backrooms fans, I guess.
It's like lost footage stuff getting found. Like, do you know about the there was this 6-second clip or 12-second clip of a song, and like the community was trying to find it.
Oh yeah, the lost song or whatever, and people couldn't find the song. Yeah, I remember that.
And I found it earlier this year, and like people found where it's from, and it's like it's from an 80s porno film.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I saw I don't know, maybe it was Mudahar. I think he actually did a video on that same thing too.
I mean, I searched up the film and went to the part in the clip.
Yeah. Okay.
You realize the guy who uploaded it, it's literally the only part in the film where there's no moaning. So this guy either knew what he was doing, or he's like, oh, what's that film called again? And I don't want to say where.
I just like wonder, why do you like you put something in like a film like that and then you just hide it from the rest of the internet, or like you stop, because that song was only ever on that film, right? It wasn't like
it was made for the film.
Oh, it was made for the film. That makes more sense then. That's fucking. Then why were people even looking for it in the first place? Yeah, literally fucking. Was some guy watching that film and he's like, "Damn, this shit's a banger, man. I want to like download this, find it or something," and then he couldn't find it anywhere.
He's asking everyone like, where is it from?
Yeah, I don't know, some crazy shit like that. I guess it's kind of the same thing as the Backrooms. People that just have a general curiosity on the internet, and if they're curious enough about something, they will find where it's from, where it is. You can't hide it from them. They'll go to the deep web. They'll do whatever they need to do.
It's like the like speedrunner communities and like the possible human limit. And it's like, if there's a human limit, we'll eventually hit it.
We will hit it, yeah. And then just when you think we've hit the human limit, somebody will break it.
Someone will somehow.
Alright, off the Backrooms, we have 2 more things here. Or 3 more. We have the Minecraft, which is something we can just quickly touch on, which Microsoft demoed that their AI, which is accurate, quote unquote, can help players figure out what to build in Minecraft. And there was a small clip here. I don't know, have you seen this clip?
I seen it. It was asking how to make a
I'll play it.
Some materials.
An axe?
Open your inventory.
Yeah.
Just press E on your keyboard.
Yeah, do I have what I need?
Let's see. You've got some sticks.
This
Perfect for the sword's handle. But it looks like you're missing the material for the blade. You can use wood, stone, iron, gold, or diamond.
Alright, let's pause it there for a second.
You'll need some materials.
So this has to do with that whole thing about the
pilot being on my fucking
deck. Was it the AI laptops or something? Yeah, the Surface, Microsoft Surface AI event or whatever. Wasn't Dante talking about how they were selling a laptop with AI in it or something?
Yeah, AI is just like tracking what you're all doing on the computer. It's just a private thing.
And they were showing off, like, with Minecraft, how you can like play a game and have the AI walk you through it or something. Which, I mean, would you ever buy a laptop that just had like an AI chip in it? Do you think?
Probably not, but like, knowing AMD and Intel, they might just do it for like performance reasons in the future.
Maybe, yeah. I guess we won't be able to avoid it, really.
It's just what all corporations are doing now. I mean, Nvidia is like heavy on the AI.
Yeah, Nvidia's kind of leading the charges, aren't they, on that shit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently using AI right now as I'm playing. I'm forced to use DLSS until I get a new fucking GPU.
There you go. Yeah, DLSS is a good example of it.
Fucking 4K. Running on a game that can really run.
Just press E.
I feel like it could be good though for. I don't know if I'd use it for gaming. Like, would I really? The only thing maybe is, imagine like playing Valorant and you're like, hey, watch me play the game and tell me why I'm so bad at Valorant, and then it's like, hey, you should have done this, you should have smoked this, you should have. I guess that could be cool.
It could be like we coin the term "Big Brother helps" or something.
Yeah, like, I don't know, co-pilot assistant, Big Brother helps. Where'd you get Big Brother helps from?
I used to ask my brother all the time for help.
Oh, okay.
So
your little AI chip is Big Brother helps.
Yeah, he helping me how to play the game. Like, imagine like you're playing Resident Evil, like the old Resident Evils, and you're like stuck on what to do. And then I'll be
I feel like if you ask an AI though, where am I supposed to go? It'd be like, but you're supposed to find out for yourself. That's the joy of video gaming.
Well, it depends. Like, you know, depends on how
it depends on how long you've been spending on it or whatever.
Or you like change how helpful it is.
Yeah, because I guess there would be some people that play a game like Resident Evil. They just want to beat it. They don't want to spend all the time on puzzles and stuff. But then again, you can just Google it. Like, is it really necessary to have an AI that in your computer listening to every word you say and, you know, whatever it is? I guess not everyone cares that much about their privacy, but the people that do wouldn't want to have an AI chip just like constantly listening to them.
Especially corporations handling information that should not be going to fucking servers across countries.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like the place I work, all the information they have has to be within Australia, and if it goes outside, then they need to stop using it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to deal with AI a lot in that situation. The second last thing that we're touching on is this banana thing, which I don't know if you saw this or not.
I did a quick read on it. I'm like, this is like one of those things where the community is so brain rotted or brain dead. Looking at banana.
Apparently it's like top of the market or some shit. Let me actually pull up Steam. Can you yeah, there we go. I'll put it there and you can see that. If I go to the market, see here, like if you go on Steam Market, the top thing right there, browse by game, is banana.
Yeah.
Like it's at the top, you can't miss it. And when you go there, all that there is these like skinned bananas worth like whatever, 3 cents. What's the most expensive? $604. Cryptocanana.
There's no way it's worth 600.
And from what my understanding is of the game, I think that Dante downloaded it was it wasn't you that downloaded it and tried it, was it? It might have been Dante. He downloaded the game for a second and he like played it, and all it is, see this like image on this website?
You click it?
That's the whole game. It's just that. It's that background with a banana, and you just click on the banana, and there's basically the way it works. I think every 18 hours, like real life hours, there's a drop that you get from clicking the banana. And the drop can either be like a rare skin or an uncommon skin, whatever it is. And then people have just started, I guess it has marketplace integration, and people have been putting stuff, like all the skins they've been getting on the market. And there's like a little economy building around it or something. It's kind of silly.
It's like an NFT.
Yeah, it's literally just banana NFT game.
Is it mining crypto in the background?
Maybe. It could be. I don't know. 4,500 people playing as this article was written, and an all-time peak of 11,000. I'm curious to check right now what it's at while we're recording this. Oh, it's already open on my Steam charts.
Steam charts.
Before, so 33,000 24-hour peak.
That is funny.
And if you look at something I noticed when I looked at this the other day, if you look at these player numbers, there's these weird like jumps, and they're perfectly like flat. It's just straight up, flat, straight down, which is not what a player chart normally looks like. And I can't for the life of me figure out why it looks like that.
Like only a certain country is playing the game, that's why it goes up and down.
But even then, it would gradually go up like a curve, right? This isn't a curve. This is just a straight vertical line up from 2,000 players to 18,000 players in like...
An hour? 18 hours? How many hours? An hour.
Yeah, in like an hour. It goes from 2,000 to 18,000, and then again, in an hour, it goes from like 17,000 to 2,000. That makes me think it's like a bot thing or something. But, I don't know, I guess this is something to keep an eye on, and we'll see what comes of it, or if it just dies off eventually, which it might. But for now, it seems like it's not going anywhere. The final thing that we want to talk about, which you mentioned earlier, was the Sims 4 thing. What do you think about Sims 4 Battle Pass? You ever played Sims
How
before?
does it... I've watched people play Sims. How the fuck do you grind a Battle Pass in the Sims?
So you've never played Sims, is what you're telling me.
No.
I used to play Sims. I played Sims 3. I played Sims Castaway. I played Sims. What's it called? Sims Kingdoms or something.
Would you say you're part of the Sims community back in the day?
Back in the day, definitely. Yeah, I was a Sims fan. I even played Sim Animals. I think it was called on the Wii or something. That was a banger.
Oh, that's the peak. How can I not?
Exactly. How can I not? That was good fun. But I never thought I'd hear the day that Sims has a battle pass. So our Sims 4 main menu experience is crowded enough already. Let's read through this, see what they're talking about. So it's an event called Happy at Home. It runs for 35 days and it has 8 in-game rewards to unlock. And you can see the image of it here. So there's 8 tiers, I guess, is what you would...
battle pass if I ever seen one.
Damn right. It's on the main menu screen and it tracks rewards that you claim, logging a certain number of days. The question is, how do you actually like unlock these? Is it just for playing? Yeah, for logging in. So it's not like an XP battle pass. It's just log in consistently over a certain amount of days and you unlock the rewards. Oh, and it does point out here at the end, at least it's free. So you don't actually need to pay for any of this. It's just a free edition.
But then it's FOMO. Like, you won't be able to get everything in the game if you...
Yeah, that's true. It'll probably make more people play Sims, because if you don't play Sims now, you're going to miss out on these like furniture items or whatever they're putting in the battle pass.
But isn't it like the point of Sims? I'm not as you will know, you're the Sims person. What is... Do you try and collect everything in the Sims so you can like build whatever you want, or you live your life and then you like create your girlfriend or boyfriend in the Sims and then you just like execute them because you find
well, yeah, that's like one side of it. But for me, what was always the pull for Sims was basically just you make like your family or whatever it is, and then you have to like maintain all of their basic needs. Like you need to make sure they can shower, they can eat food. In order to do that, you need to like make them find jobs so they can have enough money so that they can renovate their house and then like pay for food, pay for the bills. It basically just teaches you what life is basically like for like a stereotypical person. And
a happy white family.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a normal, happy white big fence family. And then there's also the aspect of people that push it to the limits. Like they try and build... I've seen you can build like swimming pools and drown people in them by like deleting the ladders and stuff like that.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself in the game, and I'm going to put my crush in the game, and then we're going to get married.
Yeah, there's also that aspect, like kind of a parasocial aspect where people are like, this is what I want my family to be like when I grow up, and you know, I'm going to make like this beautiful house, and or I'm going to set it up all the walls nicely and the architecture in the house, and I'm going to have my pool here and my kitchen here, and that was also part of the pool for me because I liked building the house a lot, and I liked I was kind of into architecture when I was younger, and I liked the idea of building a house and deciding like where the rooms are going to be, how the layout's going to be, and all that. So I guess that's kind of the pull. But the battle pass seems to be just an innocent thing of like, hey, log in and get some free shit. But I'm worried that, I mean, this is EA, right? Sims is EA?
Yeah, Sims is EA.
Is there really any way they're not going to find a way to monetize this at some point?
The thing is, the Sims 4 is monetized to hell. Don't you need to spend like $300 to unlock everything in the game?
That's true. Like, if you want all the DLC and everything for the game as it is right now...
you have this thing where if you miss out, you won't be able to get out at all.
Yeah, so they put FOMO in to bring you back, and then they'll probably push their DLCs and all that a lot harder as well.
Oh, wow. There's like a sale right now for all the DLCs for 20% off.
Maybe it's just their marketing strat to try and revive the game a bit. Although Sims 4 is like old now. I don't know where Sims 5 is. Maybe they're still cooking. I don't know. EA doing their usual shit.
Money.
Money, 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 and more money. That's generally just the overall issue right now with all the gaming related stuff. But I think with that, we have reached all of our topics that we wanted to cover. So, what's your overall take on the stuff that we've covered today?
Current year fucking news, you know. The main thing that I just want is Black Ops 6 to be out already because I want to play it.
Yeah, we'll definitely be talking more about Black Ops 6 as they release more.
We're already in June. It's crazy because like I feel like I've done fuck all this year, I'll be real with you.
Why am I lagging too much? Oh, there we go.
We're already in June. Like, so November's only, like, it'll be like, feel like 3 weeks away. And then, like, GTA 6 will be out.
Oh, yeah, that's still 2025. We're looking forward to that, though. GTA 6 will be huge when that comes out.
I can't believe I'm already going to be sick on the day that GTA 6 comes out. I don't know how that happens.
You just already know that you're going to call in sick on that day. It is what it is, you know?
Oh, a couple of my coworkers and I will.
Oh, well. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, some things are more important than
doing a 9 to 5.
Than doing a 9 to 5. You know, GTA 6 is one of those things. And Black Ops 6. Of course.
Black Ops 6, nah.
No, Black Ops 6 is
well,
that important.
I don't even think I'll be in the country when Black Ops 6 comes out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. In that case, then probably won't need to worry about that. But we'll call it there for now. It's been a nice stream. Longer than we thought it was going to be, but we did cover everything and we talked about what we wanted to. And I think it wasn't a bad first attempt. And
yeah,
we'll probably... Huh?
What are we called again?
What are we called? What's the name of the podcast? We have absolutely no clue yet. But
yeah, no.
We'll think of something, some dumb name that matches
we can always talk about how we originally want to call it, but why we won't do it.
What, the Codcast? Yeah, we're not going to call it the Codcast because...
Or the Grindfest.
Or the Grindcast, because those are already taken, and I'm sure that we can find something that is new and unique without having to take somebody else's ideas. Or maybe we'll just give it a dumb name at the end of the day and call it there. Who knows? We'll find out.
I can't wait for, like, we can use the excuse that, oh, Black Ops 6 is out. I can now fucking grind zombie cameras and I'm actually playing a game mode. I'm, like, I don't have to think about slide cancelling all the time and fuck.
Just grind zombies. Yeah, that'll be
grind zombies camera transit.
Alright, well, thanks for being here for the podcast, Paul. We will... see how this one goes. We'll see if there's
starving.
Yeah, go and eat some dinner, and we'll see what the response is like from anyone who watches this. If you watch this on YouTube, if it happens to be uploaded on YouTube, depending on what we end up doing, then I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let us know, and potentially stay tuned for another one in the future when we maybe figure out what a name is and we sort with the layout a little bit for the OBS layout. We'll see what works, what doesn't. Other than that, catch you next time. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.